We are live. Welcome to the Incline Trackers podcast. My name is Christel and I'm here with Trevor Becker. And we have our guest here today, Raymond Superman. Before we start, as we always say, we are we are grateful that you people are here. We have a nice audience here. And also, hopefully, we have some audience in online. We are at Inclination Cafe at 124 Roxton Avenue. We are doing our podcast, Incline Tracker Podcast. We also have an Incline Tracker app, and it's a real app in the app stores, the Google and the Apple App Store. Please download the app. It's right here on the wall, on the screen. If you do an incline, you get a free drink. We redeem what we call Bitcline. So we create some cool names. So our Bitcoins is our currency that we use here to give people reward.
Yeah, have you gotten your drink yet, Raymond?
Yeah.
No, I haven't.
Get his app. You get a drink.
You gotta get the app. And then we're trying to see if we can also sync it with Strava so we can get old records. So I'm working with the developers on that. And also we have coming up soon in October, we're trying to recreate Inclination Vertober, or October Vert, I think. But I would like to call it Octocline.
Octocline.
The Octocline.
I like that.
So where anybody in the area can decide to do the incline as many times as possible, and we'll give you a prize. The first 2 or the first 3, we'll decide on that. And of course, in October, we want to also do the Flingcline.
A Flingcline.
Yeah, you know what Flingcline is?
I heard you talk about that on the post just a bit ago.
I didn't even know what a fling was until I was gonna call it Datecline, but somebody told me, oh no, Flingcline would be better. Anybody know what a fling is? Okay, everybody knows what a fling is. You know what a fling is, right?
Fling, a one-time thing.
A one-time thing. So
like
therefore, we invite girls and boys to come around the incline. You're gonna, they're gonna meet either here or at the Elevation Incline store across the street. Girls are gonna go up first, and then guys are gonna be chasing girls. You meet a girl, you introduce yourself, you have a date. Hopefully, you finish the incline together, and you come back here at Inclination Cafe for a drink. That's gonna be fun, right?
That's an interesting idea.
Okay, Trevor doesn't think it's going to be fun. Yeah. Okay, well, Trevor, you go.
Yeah, Raymond, thanks for being here with us. Appreciate your time.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, so Raymond, Superman, I'm sure you've seen him. He's all over the news stories, and he's accomplished a lot of big things. He's a 500 Club and Incline-a-thon Challenge finisher. Big titles right there. He also loves running. I looked at his Strava. Guess how many miles he's run this year, Christel?
No, I know.
It is August 13th, and he has run 1,800 miles this year to date. So that equates to roughly 60 miles a week. So that's some big miles. Big-time runner. He's also a community challenge organizer. He does, notably, an annual Goggins 4x4x48 challenge, which we'll dig into, which is quite the endurance test. Also, you have to fight sleep deprivation because it's a long challenge. So it's going to be interesting to talk about that. So I'm excited.
Oh, so maybe you put all this together yourself, huh?
Yeah, I got the idea from well-known ultra runner around here, Lucas Sturrig.
Yeah, and we'll get to it. It'll make sense in the order. So it's an awesome story.
Okay.
First, though, let's kick off just kind of getting to know you a little bit better. Can you tell us a bit about yourself and what it was like growing up for you?
I grew up in a small town, Dixon, California. It's like a half hour west of Sacramento. I moved there in '84. I spent a few years, my first years of life in Reno and Napa, California. And set foot in Dixon, and that's where I graduated high school from.
Okay, and at what point did you move from California to Colorado?
It was 2006. So
Got
I've been
it.
here for about
like
20 years.
And then, what was it like growing up? Were you a big-time runner? Because that's a lot of miles to put on a body. Have you been doing that your whole life?
No, I ran cross country in high school, like 3 races, and then I quit. I didn't want to really do anything, get involved in high school, because I thought if I got too involved with things that my grades would get affected. And so I didn't really do anything. I played a little baseball in high school, but not much.
So what do you do? Like, so did your grade? So therefore you had perfect grades, right? A+.
No, I didn't have perfect grades.
You should have. He was not doing the extracurricular, so what's up with
I don't know why you
that?
told me you didn't want to do it.
I had about a 3.0 average in high school.
Okay, well, that's still
so-
up there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. What did you end up being? My son wants to be he wanted to be a Messi, and then he wanted to be a firefighter, and then I think now he wants to be a architect or something. So what did you want to be, and did you achieve the goal?
I told my 6th grade teacher I wanted to be a car salesman. And then,
That's hilarious.
and then,
What made you want to be a car salesman?
I don't
Walk me
know.
through that.
I don't know why. I was like in 6th grade. I don't know why I picked that. But when things got real in high school, I wanted to be a CPA. And so I chose San Diego State as they had a good business school.
Cool.
Is that what you do nowadays? Is CPA work?
Nope.
Nope. What do you do now?
I failed statistics twice.
Okay.
And I couldn't get my business major because
I
of it.
don't
So
even think you need to know statistics for to be a CPA, do you?
I feel like there's so
Yeah.
many programs nowadays. Like,
Yeah, I know, but I
Yeah.
don't think it's relevant. I think they make you take it, but is it really relevant to CPA?
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
I feel like knowing QuickBooks is like 90% of being a CPA,
Exactly.
right?
Yeah.
But I changed my major to liberal studies. 'Cause I loved working with kids. I was going to be an elementary school teacher, and then I graduated from Sac State actually, because San Diego State was too much fun.
Okay.
And I got out of the credential program. I was done. I'd been in college for 7 years at that point, and I started working at a logistics company, and then I met my wife, and she said there's a job insurance in Colorado. Here I am.
So
the job brought you to Colorado?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then when you got to Colorado, how did you get to Manitou Springs? We want to talk about that now? Is that okay? Yeah.
I got here in 2006. I didn't start running until about 6.5 years ago.
And what caused you? Because that's a perfect transition to sobriety.
Yeah.
Tell us the story about what spurred running and how you found sobriety.
I went to San Francisco to see Metallica play with the San Francisco Symphony. Metallica is my favorite band. And long story short, I spent about $1,200 in booze in one weekend on myself, and was just out of control. I got home, and the wife found it all. Pictures on my phone of shots in the airport at 6 o'clock in the morning. And she's like, okay, it's the drink or us.
Right.
That's right.
And I chose wisely.
You did. You better have, right?
Yep.
Exactly.
That's why they're still here.
That's right. You chose wisely. That's right.
So how do you acquire a $1,200 tab in one night? Like
It
what's
So
wasn't-
not expand on that.
Did you say?
We
Get
were-
it for everybody?
Let's
or-
expand on it.
It's drinking in San Francisco is expensive.
Okay,
Oh,
so
yeah.
And, it's just everywhere we went. Like, we were going to all the historic Metallica spots, the places where they first started out as a band. And, we'd stop there and have a drink, or just everywhere we went.
it just starts adding up.
Yeah.
So that sounds like a crazy transition. So the ultimatum is what caused you to change your ways, and then is running something that keeps you like hardened and sober?
Yeah, because I have an addictive personality, and the addiction doesn't leave you when you quit a bad one. Most of the runners that I've run into with addiction problems that are now ultra runners or
Mhm.
runners in general, you have to find something else to get addicted to.
Mhm.
And I'm glad I found something that's healthier that I was able to get addicted to feed that addictive personality.
Yeah, definitely healthier.
Yeah. So inclinathons. How did you? So well, you didn't tell me, or I don't. Did we talk about the first time you heard about the incline?
No, and I've been asked that before. And
Because you know what? I was in Colorado for, 98, 97, I came here, and I did not find the incline till I met my wife. So about 2 years later,
uh-huh.
right? And so it's like a different world. You could be in Colorado Springs forever and not even hear about Manitou Springs.
Yeah, that's
I
true.
think-
Like I've met people that live in Colorado Springs and they just don't do the mountains. Like it's not a part of their life.
No.
And,
so how did you hear about the mountains, like Manitou Springs?
I was here for 13 years before I started doing the
There you
incline. And I can't remember what drew me to it. To be honest with you, I just remember hearing about it, and I told my wife one day. It's actually a funny story. The first day I did it, I took the bus and I got to the incline, went up, and my wife told me, she said, "You got to be back by noon to pick him up from this store he was doing a paper workshop at." And I was like, "Oh, okay." Well, I didn't know how long it was or how long it was going to take. It took me almost 2 hours to get up it the first time.
yeah, you think it's going to be quick, right? You're like, oh, I read it's less than a mile. Like that's not a big deal, right?
Right. And I got up there. Took me like 2 hours. I walked down the bar trail. I got lost. I don't know where my car was parked. And some couple was nice enough to give me a ride back to Hiawatha, where I realized I was parked. And I was like, it wasn't bad, but I was about 5 minutes late picking him up.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Compared, I mean, the journey you went through to get to that point, like being lost
Yeah.
in the woods and stuff.
They don't have to worry about me being late anymore.
But so you were in decent shape then, your first incline.
Not really, because I came back the second time with a can of oxygen.
No way.
And I was so embarrassed using it that I was hiding it in my backpack, and I would go off the side of the incline and take a little whiff of it so people wouldn't see what I was doing.
Did you really? I never heard it. Did you really
Was it
came
helping
with
when you were doing it?
Huh?
Did it help?
A little bit. I mean, it made me feel like it helped. And then, like, maybe the third time I came back to do incline, after that, I stopped using it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I know people can get prescribed oxygen and it goes in the nose, but I thought it takes a lot longer for it to start helping with your blood oxygen saturation. Is it that quick?
No, it's
Christel
that quick,
has a
actually.
nursing background,
Yeah,
so that's why I'm
it's not
asking him.
that quick. It is that quick. What is kind of interesting is we have something called erythropoietin in our it's a hormone that our kidney secretes, and that kind of help increase your level of red blood cell in your body at a certain altitude. So we have more red blood cells than the person at sea level here in Colorado.
Hemoglobin,
especially
right?
Colorado Springs, hemoglobin, right?
Yeah.
Exactly. And then so at that time, you've been there for 13 years.
Mm-hmm.
So you should have been acclimated already.
Yeah.
So it could have been just a short, like in your head, thinking you need that oxygen, I think. Were you measuring your oxygen level?
No, I didn't have a watch, or I don't think anything.
Yeah.
I mean, I used Map My Run, I think, or something.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I was able to go back maybe a few years after I started. And what was that first day?
Yeah,
Okay, and you were able to compare your efforts because the first effort was 2 hours. Now, how fast can you do the incline if you're like pushing hard?
31:15.
That's incredibly fast. Yeah, big.
Yes. I don't even think I can do that
25% of
anymore.
the time.
Yes.
Like he's 75% faster, or you've shaved off 75% rather.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's
Practice
pretty
makes
high.
perfect.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah. So, can you compare life before and after finding sobriety?
It's like night and day. Like, I just remember I didn't really know anybody I met people over the time when I was drinking, but I just would drink in my basement. Like, for me, I hold myself up in my house, and I wouldn't be out meeting anybody. So now, like, not drinking, I'm out meeting all kinds of people. I probably know 100 times more people now being sober than when I did not drink.
like really know them now too, not just buddies that you drink with.
Yeah.
And then like, what does it mean to you to continue to be sober? Do you feel like you're going to be sober for the rest of your life? Is it a lifelong commitment? Yeah.
Yeah. It's,
Good for you. Good job.
It's been a good journey, just building the trust back. Like the wife doesn't worry no more. Like I go out and I have NA here and there, and it turns out that I just like the taste of it, not the boast.
Yeah. So how long was it? 6.5 or 7 years sober? Is that what you said?
September 11th, 2019 is.
So it's about to be 7.
7 years.
Yeah.
So you were doing the incline while you were drinking.
Briefly.
Okay. I'm just curious. Did you notice any difference
No.
in performance?
So June 2019, I think, is when I started. And a few months after is when I quit. So September 2019. To be honest with you, maybe did that incline 3 to 5 times before. And I didn't really notice like a difference. Like I didn't maybe want to get up in the morning as quickly.
Mm-hmm.
And I still don't sometimes.
Yeah.
But that's, where I see you do.
The difference.
The difference is you get up even if you don't want to. But
Yeah. So how about telling us the story about Superman? Like, how did you gain that identity and nickname? Because every time I see you, Superman gear. Every time anybody sees
I
you.
call you Superman. I always tell people, "Oh, do you know this guy called Superman?" Oh yeah, I know him.
Yep.
That's
He's well known.
Yeah.
I had a Superman T-shirt, but what really started right after I quit drinking is we were in a Target and I saw a rack full of adult onesies. And
Adult what?
Adult onesies, like the onesie pajamas.
Oh, okay.
So it's like you zip it up and
Yeah,
it
yeah.
encloses your feet. And it's like that.
Okay. I had one. I did a thing called Orange 10. The same thing, right?
Like a jumpsuit kind of.
Jumpsuit,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Okay. I had a Superman. It looks like a Superman suit, but it's Orange 10.
Okay.
Don't ask me what Orange 10 is.
He's got some videos to show you.
But I saw it, and I mean, there was Batman, there was Spider-Man, Superman, and I don't know why I picked the Superman one, but I was like, I remember as a kid wearing a onesie,
Yeah.
and I was like, that's cool. I want to relive that memory. So I bought it, I wore it around the house, and I told my wife, I said, I'm going to wear this out on a run. No, you're not. I did anyway. And
Did it have a little cape on it and everything?
yeah,
it
was
did.
a little cape, everything. And I saw people laughing and smiling at it, and I was like, man, I'm gonna keep this going. Out comes the addictive personality again.
Yeah.
What did your kids say?
Huh?
Like your kids? What did they say?
He just shakes
Did I
his
like
head.
it?
I told him I was gonna pick him up from school in it.
Did he do it?
No. If I wanted to still be married, I didn't.
I would.
Okay.
But I saw people laughing and smiling when I was wearing it. They're like, what the heck is this dude wearing Superman? They're laughing. And I said, we need more smiles in the world.
That's
so I'm just
true.
going to keep it going.
Yeah.
And I made shorts. So, I mean, obviously way too hot going up the incline in a onesie in the summer. So
Yeah, I imagine so.
I have cooler outfits for the summer, and I suit up in the winter.
And I think you take this very seriously. I've never seen you without a Superman outfit or something that has to do with the sign, the Superman sign.
Yeah, I got really into it. It's my license plate is personalized Superman. I got a giant Superman shield on my back window.
No kidding.
And
Yeah, if you haven't seen it, after this, you got to go check it out. It's custom and
I will check.
and
it
I
out.
even put the valve stem covers on my tires, the air pressure. They're little Superman logos.
And what about when you open the door?
Oh, I forgot about that
You
one.
showed me that.
My
Your
wife,
bat sign?
was it last Christmas? Yeah, last Christmas, my wife bought me this thing that sticks onto my door. So when I open the door, it shines a Superman shield on the ground.
Yeah, pretty creative.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. So the Inclinathon, Did we talk about that yet?
Not yet. Yeah, let's jump to that. So the Incline-a-thon, if you can explain what it is, you are the 41st finisher. So there's 40 people before you have done it, and a few after you as well. You did it in December of 2024. Can you describe what it is and why it's challenging?
When you start, it's 13 ascents up and down the stairs 13 times within 24 hours. And you have 24 hours to complete it once you start. Doesn't matter when you start, but the clock starts ticking when you start. I started at about 3:30 a.m. and finished 1:30 a.m. The next day.
Oh, almost 2 hours left.
2 hours left, and I went home, and just internal clock woke me up about 5, 6 a.m. My wife's like, "What are you doing awake?" and then I got a text from Andrew Swenson, who informed me after he saw my time, which was literally 3 minutes slower than his, and he goes, "Well, I guess you have to go into another one to come beat my time." And I said, "Hell no."
So therefore, you have I guess it came close to the record, the Incline-a-thon record.
Oh no, not at all. He was
okay.
just telling me that I had to go do it again because my time was only 3 minutes slower than his. But I don't even know what the
record. The record is actually, and this is for 13 laps up and down. The record is less than 13 hours so that's consistently 1 hour up and down. It's less than that. It's actually at 10 hours and 34 minutes. Wade Gardner did it like a decade ago. Woo-hoo. And that record has stood to this day. Pretty incredible. There's been a couple people that have done it in 11, 12 hours. But most people typically finish in the 16 to 24 hour range.
That is brutal.
Yeah, it's a hard challenge. As if the challenge itself wasn't hard enough, you have to put the time restriction. So that really adds another layer of difficulty to it. So you got that done. What was the hardest part about doing 13 inclines up and down for you?
Just finding the will to keep going and staying fueled, because you get tired of eating the same thing every time, and just you get halfway through and you're just exhausted and tired, just want to go to sleep. I had some people that showed up, thankfully, to pace me on some laps.
It helps a ton to get out of your head, right, and have somebody to talk to and just grind with and get through it. Did you do laps, multiple laps before that, or was this your first time of doing a multiple lap laps, effort on the incline?
Well, when I did the Incline-a-thon, I was about a little over a month into the Incline 500 challenge.
Okay.
So I had done multiple laps before that, and it had always been on my radar until Matt Allen over here put the bug in my ear. I was at home, and I had done, I think, a couple laps, and he commented on my Strava, "You think about doing the 500? And then all of a sudden, I just sat there and started stewing.
You couldn't stop thinking about it.
And I asked the wife about it, because obviously this is going to take a lot of time from home, and got her blessing, and I went for it.
It's a big commitment.
So Matt got you to do it.
Yep, it's his fault.
That's right. So not Steve. So you're the first person actually who had done this, during this interview here, that Steve Sterner did not influence. Did he ever influence you?
Yeah, I met him. I knew him quite well from, so that was 2024 when I started, and I had been doing the incline for a few years prior to that, so I was well aware who Steve was, and it was good to have him there. He's nice enough to track it all and send me monthly reports, so I knew if I was falling behind or I was way ahead of the game, I could take some days off.
Yeah, he's got an awesome spreadsheet, right? It's so helpful. I've seen a couple copies of it.
It had all these algorithms built into it, told me when I was at a point where I was needing less than 1 per day, when I was projected to finish.
What was your tactic as you were going through the 500? Like, were you coming on the weekends or every day, or trying to do 2 a day, or like, what was your technique to get through the 500?
Well, when I came into it, I just came out swinging. Like, it was exciting. It was something new. I had the support at home, and I was like, let's just go for this. So in December, I did 104 in 1 month.
That's
Jumped
a lot.
way ahead of the average. And so I had a week cruise in that summer. And so I could get ahead of the average and not worry about missing a day or two or take a whole week off.
So you were doing 3 to 4 a day, right?
In December, yeah.
Yeah.
And then I backed off and was doing, I did a handful of days where it was like 6s and 7s and 8s.
Those are big days, yeah.
Couple 10s. But most of the time it was anywhere between 1 and 3.
And then what was the biggest challenge across the 12 months that you took to do the 500?
I think my biggest challenge came at the very end. Not many people know about 2 weeks prior, I got sick. And the biggest challenge was the pressure. Because at that point, about a month prior, I sat down on my couch and I mapped out every single lap. 2 this day, 3 this day, 1 this day.
Mm-hmm.
And then I set the date. And then I made the announcement. And all these people are coming. The news, everybody. And
Yeah, because at this point you've met tons of people, you got a big personality, a lot of people know you. So setting that date was like something that can't really move, right?
Right. And then I get sick 2 weeks prior. And I went to the liquid IV place and I'm like, do whatever.
What does the liquid IV place do?
I got a liquid IV.
Oh. Okay,
and
that's what
just
that is. I've heard
got
about this.
Pumped full of vitamins and
Yeah.
they weren't even probably supposed to give it to me because they took my temperature
Yeah, we
before.
can take a quick commercial breaks. We're gonna have a liquid IV place here sometime soon.
I'll be your first guest. But they took my temperature and it was like 104. And
104?
they
You must have
probably-
had like a viral infection or something.
Yeah.
yeah,
that's pretty
I
high.
got real sick and I went in desperately. Like 2 days later, I started to feel a little bit better. But then I went to urgent care. It was just like 2 days, maybe 3 days before the 500.
Wow.
And I said, this means everything to me. I've worked so hard for this. I can't miss it. There's a lot of people counting on me to be there that day.
Mm-hmm.
And they gave me like, I forgot what the concoction was called, but it was like liquid ibuprofen, Mylanta. It was like 4 things. And I told him, I said, I'm going to be yelling like crazy. I'm being excited. I'm making my last descent. And I need to make sure my throat's not going to be sore because it was sore.
Yeah.
And I took a little flask of it with me and I had it on me just in case, but thankfully I never had to use it. But I think my biggest challenge during the 500 was not just all the sleep deprivation, but fighting through that cold and keeping up with the laps and completing it.
Yeah, that could be so stressful. I can imagine just at the very end getting so incredibly sick. So
Yeah. So that was your kind of, what is that metal that Superman cannot be around?
kryptonite.
Oh,
Yeah, it was a kryptonite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what kryptonite.
That kryptonite tried to kill me, but that's like my favorite thing about running and all these challenges is the mind is a very powerful thing, and that's exactly what got me through it.
That's right. Yeah, you can't have that quitting mentality, right? Saying, I can't do this. It's too hard. I'm too sick. Can't have that.
So what about health? Like you said, you planned pretty well and you laid out. So what about planning wellness during that time? Did you have like a diet plan or exercise, or what did you do to maintain the course during that challenge?
I don't have a specific diet. I've never had a strict regimen that I follow. I eat like a trash panda. I know like when I have a big effort coming up, my wife always rolls her eyes. I gotta carb it up. why do you always say that?
What are your favorite carbs?
Just
like pizzas and
tons of pasta. I
Pasta,
love baked
yeah.
potatoes. I don't have them too often, but usually I'm just eating a crap ton of pasta if I know I've got a big effort coming up.
yeah, and so like put us in that very final day. You have the big celebration. I bet dozens of people were there. I can't remember. I might have been out of town. I might have missed this. Can't quite remember. So
But you got one of these plaques from.
yeah, you
Greg,
had
right?
Greg was probably there. You got a big plaque. Like, what
Yeah.
was it
Yeah.
making it on that like 500th climb? What did it feel like?
It was just surreal. Like I've been going through the motions for a little over 11 months at that point, and I couldn't believe like it was there. I mean, I got so excited going up. I didn't realize I was moving so quickly up that my son beat me to the top of the incline.
That day.
Yeah, and then my wife made it to the bailout and called me and said she was going to retreat because I told her I was going to wait for her, but I got so excited and just
You went up.
I took off, but it was just a huge weight lifted off my shoulder. I don't think I've ever had a weight like that heavy.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
I mean, it was just a huge relief, a big accomplishment. So thanks for the idea, Matt.
yeah. Well, now, what other challenges can you point out in your life besides that? Because it looks like that was very important to you. And so do you have any, even if it's not really a athletic, but we want to know about athletics, but if you have any others we would like to share, that would be fine too. So what other athletic achievements that you have?
Wasn't really much up until I started running. I did one thing I still use as fuel for the fire is I got cut as a sophomore when I tried out for the JV basketball team in high school. And coach said, he cut me and he said, you're kind of one of the smaller kids out there. You know, probably one of the smallest kids out there, and I don't want you to get hurt. It's like, that was a load of crap. I wasn't the smallest one.
Mm-hmm.
I think he was just trying to make me feel better. And my buddy the next day was like, it's fine, man. You'll find something else that you like doing. He said, you know, Michael Jordan got cut when he was a sophomore in high school. I'm like, I know you're trying to make me feel better, but do I look like Michael Jordan? But my biggest, I think, accomplishment outside of that.
How about the 4x4x48s? Want to talk about that and introduce that challenge?
Yeah, I was going to talk
Because
about
that's a
that.
Yeah.
major accomplishment. That fits your criteria.
Mm-hmm. What is that in the first place? Because I don't know what it is.
It's one incline and bar loop, 4 miles.
The one you come up with. You came up with.
I didn't
right?
come up with it, no.
Oh, okay.
Lucas, you can introduce the idea,
Okay.
but
Yeah.
another hiker named Lucas
Okay.
Lucas
pioneered it.
He did it first, and he told me about it, and I was like, "Woo!" And you basically go up the incline, down the bar trail once every 4 hours for 48 hours straight. And my buddy Greg Jones, he told me about David Goggins, and I found out from Lucas. So I said, "Let's try this." And he asked me to do it one weekend. I said, "Okay." And we did it out of my house. 6 of the laps were on tracks, just so it was easier on the knees.
Mm-hmm.
And then we did one incline, which I thought would be a challenge because it's half hour from my house. We both stayed at my house. And then we did it like that the next year. And not satisfied. I always want to just keep going up,
Mm-hmm.
challenging myself.
So again, so maybe I missed it. So 4 hours, the first one.
So
less than
Christel,
4
it's,
hours.
you go up the incline and you come
Mhm.
down Bar Trail. That's a 4-mile circuit.
Mm-hmm.
And then you do that 4-mile circuit every 4 hours for 48 hours. So across 2 days, you're
I
doing
see.
12 inclines and down bar,
Oh,
which is a little
gosh.
different than the challenge I made up, which was the
Yeah.
ultra marathon one. We can
Yeah.
talk about that in a moment. But yeah, this one, that's why it's so impressive is every 4 hours you have to do this up the incline, down bar. And then if you have any time left over, you can sleep. But if you don't, you just have to go right back out there and do it again. So it becomes a sleep deprivation challenge, because as you get fatigued and sore, you slow down. And then as you slow down, you get less opportunity to recover.
So you get to do this for 48 hours nonstop.
Yeah,
That's the challenge.
I usually started at 8 p.m. We rent the house at the bottom of the incline. And it's 8 p.m., midnight, 4 a.m., 8 a.m., all the way until we start the last lap, 4 p.m. on Sunday. But after the second year, I was not satisfied anymore. I said, I want to do the whole thing on the incline and the bar trail. And I had 3 people. It was 3 of us that did it. Me, Datrin, and Aaron. And then the day that Matt put the Incline 500 bug in my ear, I was having a party at my house. James Heston was there, and I was telling him, like, I don't want to do it again this year, man. It's expensive to rent that house, and there's only 3 people in there. He's like, I know some crazy people. And then next thing I know, Crazy Bob, like 10 of us within that house, and that's when it got big.
It's a lot cheaper, right? Because you can split it 10 ways instead of 3 ways.
And then last year was even bigger. We filled up the house. We even had 2 people that wanted to do the challenge, and they slept they did it out of their cars in the bar trail lot.
For real? Wow.
Yeah. So we had 14 people start this past year. 6 of us finished. People dropped because
What time of the year?
we usually do it in March or beginning of April, because the temperature is just perfect that time of year for an effort like that.
Yeah, it's kind of maybe snow, maybe not, but it's at least cool.
So you have to plan your sleeping time.
No, there's no planning. You just take
Just
maybe a
go.
nap.
Yeah.
Like, for example, this last year we did it, I slept 3 hours the whole weekend.
Yeah, I believe it. Because by the time you're done, like, think about lap 7. You're 24 hours into it, and you're still doing it, right? And you're probably going to go pretty slow. Maybe it's like an hour and a half up, and then like 45 minutes down, and then
you cannot take a.
maybe you like take a shower, and it's already time to go again in 30 minutes.
And that's the other part of the challenge, is because you get a little bit slower with every lap,
Mm-hmm.
and you have less time to rest in between the laps. And so that wears on your mind. I mean, the whole thing is more mental than physical.
Yeah, so he does all sorts of crazy challenges like that.
This is a really challenging one.
That's a hard one, isn't it?
Yeah.
So other wild races or challenges that you've done, you were telling me you did some pretty crazy ones like the Burrito League, and the
Yeah.
amount of miles you ran in 2.5 weeks just made my jaw drop. Can you walk us through that?
The Burrito League was a segment pop-up throughout the country, actually. Jamil Curry, a famous ultra runner out of Arizona, I believe, made it up. And wherever you were at, they had one in Castle Rock, they had one in Denver. It had to be a 0.2 to a 0.4 mile segment. And the idea was just do as many laps as you can. And I ended up doing about 440 miles in 2.5 weeks. And when I went through that, I can honestly say that was way more difficult than the Incline 500 challenge.
So let's break that down. 440 miles in 2.5 weeks.
Uh-huh.
That's like an ultra marathon every day.
Pretty much. There was 3 days. And I had like...
Let's get a calculator
I was
out.
getting pretty
I'm having
humbled
trouble
because-
understanding it.
I was getting pretty humbled because a lot of big ultra runners in town were like...
Well, let's break it down. So where is that challenge? Where exactly it is?
It was at the Buffalo Lodge.
Here in Colorado.
Yeah,
In Manitou.
just... I think technically it's Colorado
I know the
Springs.
Valley.
It's kind of close to those.
So what is the route?
The route
property
is
refurbished.
on the hotel property.
Yes.
It's a
Buffalo.
0.2 mile loop, and then we just did circles, and there was
In the hotel.
not
around
it-
the property.
Around the
yeah,
property,
they're
yes.
like cottages,
Yeah.
and so we went around it, and there was one time where I did 350Ks 3 days in a row, and then on the last day, a lot of us in the top 5, we moved into the lodge so we can maximize our mileage, and we just wake up, and it got really competitive because people were like peeking out their curtains of their rooms and be like, oh, that guy's running, and I'm right behind him in the challenge, so I got to get out there and run. And the last day, I was like, I was competing with another gentleman, Christian Diamalanta. He was sixth, and we were battling for fifth the whole time. And we made it so fun that people were watching our back and forth versus watching like the top four, because we were just so neck and neck. The last day, I ended up waking up at 5 a.m. and I ran until a few minutes before the competition ended at midnight. I did 72 miles that day.
And that's the last day of the challenge. So that was on top of all the 400 something miles you did before that.
The 440 miles.
So 380 then, yeah.
In 2 weeks.
In 2.5 weeks.
So it's like 25 miles a day, like.
And that's 25 miles a day.
That's incredible.
That's probably what it is,
I would wake up in the morning, and I would go run at least a 10K. Sometimes I do half marathon, and then I'd come back at night and do.
So you would go to work and then.
Yeah, I did it before and after work.
Wow,
and
so
then,
that's all those miles with the job. Wow.
Yeah, so it was probably the most difficult thing I've done.
How'd you fight the boredom? Because like a 0.2 mile circuit is incredibly.
Yeah, that's what
redundant.
I was gonna say. Like, why the circuit? Why the same area?
That's just how the challenge was designed, and I like mental toughness. I like things that challenge me. Like there was one time I think we were out there doing it, and it was like 10 degrees because it was in January, I believe, or early February, and I just get mad in my head when things start getting difficult, and I'll turn on like some super angry heavy metal, and I just go at war in the head, and just I'll look down at the ground and just plow right through it, and that's what got me through it.
So that is incredible, I'd say, because I'm trying to do 10 miles a day now. So that's an average about 70 miles a week if we do it.
If you do
without
10
stopping.
a day, yeah. Yeah.
No.
It's a lot of miles. And then there's also this crazy story. He just told me this when I was talking to him on the phone earlier today about this challenge you're going to do in the Pikes Peak Summit parking lot. What is this one going to be?
The parks?
I saw an opportunity. Like, I never thought I'd be good enough to do anything.
That parking lot up there?
At the summit.
At the summit. Oh, at the summit.
Yeah.
Oh.
I never thought I would be like good enough to do anything that I would be the first person in history to do. But I did some research and talked to some folks. Nobody has ever gone up, and this all stemmed from the burrito challenge. I got the idea from it.
Did we talk about the burrito challenge already?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was around the building.
40 miles.
Oh, yeah, that was that. That makes sense. Burrito.
It looked like a burrito too, the segment.
There's a mile segment. It's called the Pikes Peak Mile. You do 4 laps up there. Each lap is a quarter mile. This Saturday, I'm going to drive up there in the morning, and I'm going to run enough laps in the Summit parking lot to equal a marathon. Nobody in history has ever done this.
So you're going to be in the parking lot running the whole day.
With 40% less oxygen.
That's going to be the hardest thing is the elevation, right?
That's
like running a full marathon at 14,000 that's going to be impressive.
Yeah. So
how have you prepared for that? Have you done elevation training? And
yeah, I did a lot of 3-2-1s last year. 3-2-1s, you drive to the top, run down 3 miles, up 3 miles, down to.
Any recently though?
Yeah, I actually summited Pikes Peak twice last weekend.
Okay, that helps.
Well, I didn't summit the first one. I went up there and ran down 2 miles, ran up, and then I came back and the next day and did the marathon route.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've done a few races recently that the highest point was 12,000 feet. It really doesn't bother me. I mean, I feel it a little bit, but I'm not up there like gasping for air.
This is going to be the test then for sure.
So.
You'll test your body because that's a tough one.
What is the Achilles Pikes Peak chapter?
So Brandon Stepanovich, local well-accomplished ultra runner, about 10 years ago, started the Pikes Peak chapter of Achilles. Chapters all over the country, if not the world. And we act as guides to help disabled runners or walkers, just disabled folks in general, whether they're 8 or 60, however old they are, we help them get their exercise. We meet every Monday at the Colorado Running Company. They could be blind, they have maybe a mental disability or physical disability. We're just there to guide them and help them get their exercise, because in my opinion, those folks are the real superheroes. They got like way more to struggle with and get through, and to watch them power through it every Monday. I've done it for the last 2-3 years.
It's so cool. It's such a meaningful contribution to the local community and the local runners. I'm sure you've influenced and helped support so many people through that program.
Yeah, it's great to give back, because the sport of running is what gave me my life back, so I'm always going to give back to it.
And then recently you supported a local blind athlete, and what did you guys accomplish together as a team?
His name's Kyle Kuhn. He's a Paralympian. He went to Paris he was a triathlete. And I just recently started guiding him maybe a few months ago. And we went up to the Silver Hills 50 miler, and he ran his longest distance there.
And when you're running like that, does he have an arm on your shoulder? Are you tethered, or how does that work? How do you keep him from falling?
So if we're on single track, he'll tuck in behind me and put his hand on my back.
Okay.
But we're always connected by like a little bungee tether.
Yeah.
Both have it around our waist with the cord in between. And I'm just calling everything out. When I guided him the first time at a race, at his 50 miler, I had the night section. So I guided him from like 2:30 a.m. to 9 a.m. But in 2 weeks, it gives me chills to talk about it. But he's going to be the first fully blind runner in the history of the Leadville 100 to complete it.
Yeah.
And
cool.
We're going to be...
Oh, so you're going to do that with him?
I'm going to do that with him. There's going to be 10 guides, so he has a fresh runner every 10 miles. And he's slated me to do like one of the night sections, because he says he needs my, I guess how he called it, perky energy when he's like low at night.
Makes sense, yeah.
So yeah, we're going to be out there guiding him and helping him get, and it's just crazy because he just did his first 50 miler. That was his longest distance. And he's going to double it in like a month's time.
What an athlete. Yeah.
And we guided him up Pikes Peak last weekend from the Crags, and just
Isn't that so cool, Christel? Imagine being blind.
Would you like to do an interview with us?
I'll ask him. I'm sure he would love to, man.
That's the kind of people I want to interview. People who don't, people like him would be lovely to talk to.
Yeah, he's quite the character too, and it's just super like motivational. I've met some really cool people in this running community that like make me feel lazy with the stuff that I'm doing. Like,
oh man, you don't have to feel lazy. You've done quite a bit.
But it's just always good to draw more fuel for the fire.
That's right.
So, health and wellness. I know we kind of talk about it a little bit.
Yeah, I'm pretty interested in like your history of injuries, because for a lot of people who run that much, injuries is kind of a part of the experience, and you have to work through injuries. What type of injuries have you gotten over the years in all of these endurance challenges?
Zero.
I
don't stretch. I don't lift weights.
I don't do that either. Nothing.
Nothing. And I can't explain it. Like
Superman.
Yeah. I've never had, and like a lot of people want to like beat me up for this, but I can't help it. That's just the way I'm built. I've never had a cramp in my entire life.
No way. A cramp?
Nope. Maybe from the Charlie horses.
Have you fallen off the incline?
Yeah. I basically did a Superman about 15 steps down.
Of course, the Superman, right?
But did you do it on purpose? Like, you went
He
like...
did on purpose,
Yeah,
didn't he?
I fell like
Not on purpose, no? Right?
not on purpose.
Okay. I did do that, though, but I almost killed
I
myself.
slid down on the backside a few times in the snow. I
Mhm.
flew off. When I'm wearing spikes in the winter, it gets dangerous when you cross
That's
the
right.
grates.
That's right.
And they got caught in the grates, and
Yeah.
I flew off the side over some rocks.
Yeah, I hate it when that happens, right?
But you never got hurt to the
No.
point where you have to go to... Yeah.
No, they're just scrapes,
That's right.
some blood here and there, but
No, like
like-
overuse injuries or tendons sore or
no.
crazy.
But you did say you had to go to the hydration therapy.
He does get dehydrated, though.
That's right.
Okay, so
Yeah.
he did something
Yeah,
at least.
so something happened there, right?
Yeah,
That was like kryptonite right there.
yeah.
But it was like a one-time thing, I'm guessing.
Yeah, it's just everyone's gonna get like some sort of flu or
Yeah.
cough or like whatever. But as far as injuries, caused by running,
That's
s-
wild, yeah.
scrapes. But I've just been lucky. My buddy keeps telling me, it's like, because I'm 48. He said, "Dude, when you get 50, it's gonna catch up with you." Okay, well, I'll wait and see.
I mean,
Yeah.
I would just enjoy it not
Shoot.
happening right now.
I
yeah.
don't think
I-
it's so.
I've had this conversation with Matt about lifting some weights, and he says it's a game changer, and my son's a power lifter, and so I think maybe a couple of days a week wouldn't hurt. Maybe I'll get even faster.
Get
Maybe you
some
would.
muscles, build some muscles.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because I have no upper body strength like whatsoever. It's all in the legs.
But that's what I think I was telling you, I was watching a podcast, and the doctor who was in the podcast said, to have a brain, like very healthy brain, what do you think the best part of your body that would sustain a healthy brain would be?
I just think, if I'm answering your question correctly, I would say that I've always asked people, what's the strongest part of you? And most people point at their legs.
That's
I'm
right.
like, it's here.
Or
This
it-
is the strongest
Well, that
part of you.
is. But guess what maintains that? So that doctor did some research and found out that, a healthy brain is maintained by healthy legs. So you should be fine. You don't have to worry about your upper body.
All right. I guess I don't
Healthy
have to do weights, Justin.
So healthy brain, healthy legs, healthy brains. And somehow there was a lot of studies done that had uncovered that people who do that maintain their leg health in running, exercise, heavy lifting, powerlifting. They do have a less incident of catching diseases like Alzheimer's or cognitive disabilities that would cause problem with the brain. So healthy
Yeah,
legs,
it's like
healthy brain.
movement is the key to everything. So
movement
you're
is
going to
the
be
key.
good there in that
That's right.
category.
I think so.
So
Yeah.
health and wellness. So besides that time you went to the hydration therapy place, and you just went there because it was a one-time thing. So what else did you do or have you done? I keep asking because I feel like there should be something to maintain that level of, for these challenges that you're doing. Performance.
Just tailwind, liquid IV, and like make sure I'm hydrated.
Well, you don't do that all the time. Like liquid
No.
IV, it was
No.
one time, you said, right?
Well, no. When I say liquid IV, I mean like the powder packets.
Oh,
I did get injected with that, but to
It's like an electrolyte product.
yeah, got
Yeah.
it. Mm-hmm,
so I just take that to stay hydrated during the bigger efforts.
Mm-hmm.
There isn't really a strict regimen that I follow as far as being healthy.
Yep.
I eat the good food that the missus makes,
And that's it.
and that's it.
Well, let's move on to
Yeah, so
whatever you
on a personal note,
Okay.
there's an interesting fact about him I wanted to share.
Uh-huh.
I kind of wrote it down. But you are a huge music lover. You
Oh,
kind of
that's what I was
mentioned
going to
that.
ask. Because
Go
I'm
ahead
a
then.
great music fan. So I heard you love music. So I was going to ask, do you play? Do you just listen? Or how are you involved in music?
Mainly listen. I don't know, 15 years ago, I managed a local heavy metal band.
Oh, okay.
But I've been to over 2,000 concerts in my life.
2,000 concerts?
Yep. And I've seen my favorite band, Metallica. I've seen them 29 times. And for me, my dad would always, why you waste your money on all those concerts? You're just wasting your money. And then finally, my mom made him realize, when you go into a concert and you walk through those venue doors, your problems get left outside.
That's right.
And that's how it is for me, like with running and these challenges. Like we get addicted to the things that make us forget about the outside world because it's stressful. And that's what I felt when I went to live concerts. I went to, believe it or not, my first 5 concerts I went to were country. And then I found heavy metal from my friend in high school. He handed me a Pantera CD, and the rest was history.
That was it. That's all it took.
Yep. And so
2,000 is a lot. Like, have you been keeping track of it over these years? Because I feel like
really.
At some point,
I have a bunch of ticket stubs still, but now they don't do ticket stubs.
Right.
But you're really serious, like 2,000.
Yeah.
That is awesome.
I've seen pretty much.
I've not even gone to one concert that
All right, I'll take you to the concert. We'll go in the mosh pit.
Invite me.
I would love to see that.
I'll take the opportunity.
Yeah, it's a good time. And
have you gone to that place in Denver, the amphitheater?
No.
It's like a
He's
natural,
probably been to all of them.
Yeah, it's a natural amphitheater in Denver.
Oh, Red Rocks.
Red Rocks.
Yeah, I've been Red Rocks several times.
Yeah.
So
I would
They
like
got
to
some
go there.
stairs there. People run up and down those things.
Yeah,
Have you seen
people
the
do
videos?
that actually.
Yeah.
I heard.
like Slavic.
There's all sorts of videos. Yeah,
Yeah.
running up and down them.
Yeah, I raced my son down the steps. That's something else, man.
They're really wide, aren't they? They're
Yeah.
big steps. Yeah, it's kind of
So
awkward.
you don't play any instrument?
I don't play any instruments. I did try to learn how to play the drums once, but I just couldn't. You have to teach each limb to be its own brain.
That's right.
And I'm not that coordinated, so I can't. I gave up on it.
Yeah. I can't do it either.
Yeah. Well, so actually, I'm in the process of trying to get a drum for the cafe, so we can.
Yeah, you got a little
Hopefully,
kid back there.
we have a little kid, but it's for kids. So I have a group of people we're talking to, and the drummer wants to have a real drum, and so hopefully we're trying to track one online so we can have one here, and so we can have a house band. So we have live music here every Friday. So if you wanna, put that in your once in a while, we don't have to go to it's not a concert, but.
It'll be a local
It's
show, though.
local
Yeah.
show. That's why.
We'll get him to do vocals.
I know a lot of local musicians. I could probably find you a drummer.
There you go. You can find me a drummer. There you go. So.
Okay, so for closing, 2 questions for you. First one is you have dedicated a lot of time to these challenges, and you can't do that without the support of your family. So tell us how that's meaningful to you.
Yeah.
Very meaningful for me because the wife is always holding it down at home so I can go out and play. And it means a lot to me to know that they have my support or I have their support. And it just makes me, really happy because I know sometimes things aren't always the best. And I could be strong in my mind and my legs, but if sometimes maybe things are a little rocky at home, I feel like kind of powerless. And so when I do have that support, I feel I can go out and do Superman things.
Mm-hmm.
So does your wife run or do any of the challenges that you've had done over time?
No,
Nothing.
she's back there laughing. Well,
She wouldn't do that?
I've done almost 850 inclines in the last 6.5 years, and she's done less than 5 with me.
Oh, but she's done. 4?
Yeah.
That's good. That's not bad.
Once a year, right?
Yeah.
When I did my 500 that day, she did not make the full ascent, but she has made full ascents in the past.
Oh, that's something.
And my son has 2, and I believe.
And he beat you, too. You said it yourself.
Yeah, and I believe my mother-in-law and father-in-law have made an ascent before.
You
right?
no?
No, you have, right? You've been, okay. But they've been on it, and but she's run a few 5Ks with me. We've done one race that we do every year. It's very special to me. Is the hot chocolate run in Denver. It's
Hot chocolate run.
Yeah, it's a 5K in Denver. I do the 10K now, but every year, my father-in-law Ed gives that to us, and it's the race that started it all for me.
Oh, really? Okay.
Because a month after I quit drinking, the wife and her family, she asked me, we're going to do the hot chocolate run in Denver. And I says, oh, I'll go try that. And then I did it. It took me like, I don't know, 40 minutes. I was taking walk breaks. And I said, I want to try another race. See if I can just run a whole 5K without taking walk breaks. Mm-hmm. And then it just exploded from there. And so that race is one that I will do every year. And
great.
And you get hot chocolate at the end, I presume?
Yep.
Okay.
Because they do it in October and it's starting to get cold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
so now, we do have an audience. We have actually is it our biggest audience?
Pretty large audience.
Yeah, where is the audience?
You bring a crowd, Raymond.
There we go. Yeah, we'll get you back. What challenge are you doing now that we can look up to, like look forward to?
I have my first 100-mile race in September, and then
Ludville?
No, that one's the one I'm guiding.
Oh, getting the
Kyle
He's doing the
at.
10-mile.
Yes.
I'm doing the 100-mile race, the Run Rabbit Run in Steamboat Springs in September, and then this Saturday I have the Pikes Peak Summit Marathon in the parking lot.
Oh yeah,
the parking lot marathon.
That's
right. That's on Saturday, right?
Yeah, this Saturday.
Yeah, I'll see you up there. I'm supposed to do a summit with my daughter.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we're just going from the bottom. She's going to college in 2 weeks, so I'm hoping the last thing she does here is to get to the summit.
Cool.
All right.
Yeah. So we'll see you around the.
Yeah.
All right. What else?
I can't think of anything else off the top of my head. I do have a 25K race a few weeks before the 100.
How about that 52-miler, the Incline Ultra? Are you going to try that one again?
Yeah, that's on my radar. I've had my first 2 DNFs this year, and I want to go back to those 2 races next year, the Quad Rock 50-miler in Fort Collins, and just a few weeks ago, I did the Never Summer 100K. It's about 64 miles, and I DNF'd at mile 58. I was like a half hour late after the last cutoff.
So it's time-based for a DNF, okay.
But you learn, like my friend Lynn Day said, she's a local ultra runner here, you learn way much more from the DNFs than you do the finishes. Mm-hmm. And I'm taking that valuable information to go into the 100-miler and do good.
Well, it looks like we're about to wrap up. You guys have any questions? I know that, you guys know him, family, right, mostly, and we have some friends here, some challenge. You guys participated in the challenges that we've done here around the Incline. So any questions that burning you guys that you need to ask? I'll just repeat the question if I can hear it. No?
Not one?
No, we don't have any questions. Well, it looks like we're at the end. So do you have anything else you want to add? And really, really thank you for being on the podcast. I think this was a great interview. I think we went longer than most of our interviews, right?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, you got a lot of stories to tell.
A lot of stories,
with this
that's
guy.
right. Mm-hmm. They were interesting stories, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So anything else you want to add? It looks like editor is ready here, or producer, however you want to call it, Justin, ready to wrap it up. So what do we have?
I would just say, if you want to ever accomplish like some big goals in life, just start small and just keep chipping away at it. I mean, for me, it was simple as just putting in more miles. The more miles I put in, the better I got. If you're willing to put in the hard work and you got a tough mind, then just go for it. The mind is the most powerful part of you, so use it to your advantage and go for it.
And keep strong legs.
Yeah,
That's right.
Strong legs and a strong mind, you'll be good to go.
That's right.
Yeah.
Don't worry about the upper body.
Besides that, we say thank you for being on the podcast.
That's it.
Thank you
yeah.
for having me.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And
Appreciate your time.
thank you all for coming. So hopefully next week we have another interview. Check out the interview on YouTube, on Facebook. Send it to people. And see you next week.
See you next
Don't forget,
week.
download the app. Oh, subscribe. I keep forgetting to say that. Subscribe.
We're proud of this YouTube thing.
That's
and
right.
like and subscribe.
Like
Yeah.
and subscribe.